This is the God, that's so weird. Like, it weirds me out on the Goldwing. It really weirds me out on a bike like this, because I am not used to that having DCT capabilities. Ooh, pen or something there. Oh, you want to see something cool? Yep, it's got cruise control. Well, I'll be danged. Little tiny bike like this has got dang cruise control on it. Ain't that something? Boy, my visor really needs a cleaning. Holy crap, this thing's nasty. Yep. Need some visor maintenance tonight for sure. Just nice and effortless as you would expect. Nice. Yep, like I said, this is a Rebel 1100 DC. Also, you can get this in a non-DCT. Personally, if you're just starting out and you want one of these, I would recommend going with the clutch, just because, well, if you learn on a clutch, you'll always be able to ride any motorcycle. So if you learn on just a DCT, well, you're probably going to have to stick with DCTs for the rest of your life. Not that you can't learn a manual, but I would say all those little intricate movements, that kind of that dance you got to do with the clutch and the throttle, it would definitely do you some good to do that, I think. But if you have no desire of ever riding something that's got a clutch, by all means, go for this. It's very well put together. Obviously, you can put it in manual if you want. If you need to drop a gear, you can always hit the minus button on this, and you can drop a gear to get up a hill if you need to. And there may be moments you need to do that, especially a smaller bike like this. The transmission feels like a Goldwing. The suspension does not. The suspension is not a Goldwing suspension, and you can tell. It's like, oh, oops, wrong place. Yep, not turning that way. Force of habit. Ah, dang. Ooh. Got a pretty good sound to it, too. This actually reminds me a lot of the Indian Scout. Like, it's got a feel similar to it. It's got that nice light nimble feel to it. Feels very approachable as a first timer, I think. I just think about the differences of this, how these smaller bikes feel nowadays as opposed to like my V-Star 1100. Of course, back in those days, they didn't make the 1100s kind of the entry level. Those were the experience level. But now, in reality, I mean, 1100 level on a cruiser, that's more than in the beginner category for sure. The nice thing about this bike is, with it being an 1100, you got a little bit something to go to as well. I know the worry about outgrowing a bike, that is a thing. I don't think you would do it as much with this thing. But I'll hop on this, run it around for 3-4 years, then buy yourself a Goldwing. There you go. See what I did for you, Honda? Helping you out. Should buy one of these up, give it like the full Dyna look, maybe call it the Dynamatic. See if I could trigger some Dyna Bros. It's not real Dyna, I know. I'm trying to be a smart ass. There you go, I got it figured out now. Yep. Maybe make these into T-bars, put the little fairing on it. We'd probably have a little bit of trouble trying to source a Lapera seat, but I bet you we could get one custom made to look like it. So get a custom seat that looks like a Lapera. There you go. Have the Dynamatic. That'd probably piss some people off, but I think a lot of people would get a chuckle out of it. And this is coming from someone who's really developed an affinity for the Dyna look over the years. Used to not be the biggest fan of it, but more and more I'm like, you know what? I like that look. One thing about it, you'll definitely out-accelerate a dyno with this, for damn sure. Obviously won't have as much raw power. Alright, don't go sideways this time. Obviously with this, it wouldn't be ideal for a passenger. You could do a passenger, but it'd be kind of tough. It would be kind of a struggle. It's almost a little too small for two people. Maybe if one of you is a runner and the other one's a gymnast, maybe. But I'd say average size people, yeah, it's probably a little too much for two average people. I'll bet the bike would pull you, but I think comfort-wise sitting would not be ideal. God, this would be a fun bike to have, though, I can tell you that much. Well, it looks like you can pair your phone to this. That's cool. Like I said, it's got cruise. It's kind of like that old bike you learned on, but it's got a lot of technology behind it. Now, does that kind of, is technology kind of, you know, suck and make it not as personal? Obviously it does, but, you know, I get why they put it in there, and I get the value of it. It's all about creature comforts, and also trying to make that bike more approachable to others. Because really, in the end, what these manufacturers have to do to keep their brands going is they have to be approachable get you new riders. You have to get new riders on them. Because relying on return customers will only get you so far. And yes, it can get you a long ways for a long time, a la Harley Davidson, but even now they're starting to have issues with that. So even they're trying to go back to a newer motorcycle again, or a smaller motorcycle to get new riders in, which my guess is Harley won't have the stomach to go through with it yet again, and I think they'll be in the same predicament. I mean, I thought they did a pretty good job with the Pan America, but like I said, I wonder if they're going to be able to have the stomach to go to that new light motorcycle. And what cracks me up is the amount of people that make such a big deal. Oh, they're bringing out a beginner motorcycle. They've done that before, and y'all hated it. Y'all complained. You said it wasn't a real Harley and blah, blah, blah. It's one thing, Harley's had an approachability problem for a long, long time. At least from a new rider's perspective, anyway. Obviously, experienced rider like me, not an issue, but, you know, new riders, absolutely. I went through it. But this here, this bike here, this is approachable. The approachability can be almost dangerous with the DCT and all. We found that even with like the trucks when I was in the military, when I was in the engineer company, and all our trucks had automatics. And one issue we had with our dump trucks is they'd get in those automatic dump trucks and they'd act like they were a car, and they'd drive them like they were a car, just, you know, just pedal to the floor, just gunning it everywhere, not paying attention, not watching out what's going on, just being stupid with it. And you could have that issue here, although it doesn't feel like there's so much in the top end of this where I feel like I could get in trouble. So I think you could just have some good clean fun with this. Maybe pushing the boundaries of good. Maybe feeding into that little devil on your shoulder just a tad. Beautiful day here today, 89 degrees, but for once not terribly humid. Good dry heat today. Kind of feels like rally. Feels right. I love that feeling. Alright, I thought of my commercial for this one. Do you want to look cool like Jax Teller, but you have some issues with your left hand and clutches? Well, then the Dynamatic is for you. DCT transmission, you don't have to shift or nothing. You just have to go and you stop. Put it in D, you have some fun rolling around like Jax Teller. The Dynamatic from Honda. Sons of Anarchy, best sold separately. God, I really want to do that now. I really want I really want to buy one of these and make it a Dynamatic. Fuck, do it then. So bad. Whoops, we gotta edit that out. Tell you what, this would be the perfect bike for me because, you know, it doesn't have a clutch. You know me, I earned my name Clutch because, well, not because I come through in the clutch. Although it would be kind of ironic that a guy with the road name of Clutch rolling around in a DCT motorcycle. Boy, the hills look beautiful today. A little hazy, but not too bad. Oops. Had some technical difficulties there. And a bug. All right. Just picks right up. God, it's crazy. It's crazy how much more at home I feel just on a cruiser. Like, this just feels right to me. Like, just love that feel. I do like where the controls are on this. That's a good spot for the controls. I like they kind of put them in that mid category. Granted, I generally prefer them back right under me, but for this bike, this works out just about perfect. You got a good amount of control. You got a little bit relaxed on this. Honestly, you could probably mount a set of slider bars on it, get your feet about there, and it'd be perfect. You definitely do some slider bars with this for sure. Actually, you could even do that. I wouldn't recommend it, and it would get quite uncomfortable. It's already uncomfortable. Yeah, get you a set of highway pegs. They'll take your foot out about there. It'll be about perfect. Really good on the highway. Feels really good on the highway. I mean, you get pushed around a little bit, but not too bad. Obviously, if you're passing semis, cancel. Obviously, if you're going by semis, or if the wind's really pushing you from the side about 40 miles an hour, you're gonna have issues, but that's just kind of the way of the beast with a smaller bike like this. God, this is a fun little cruiser. I like this bike. I really like this bike. I could probably take this a ways. I tell you what, it'd be a rough ride to frickin' Santa Monica. I tell you what though, I'd think about it. I would definitely want to do some modification with that handlebar. I'd want to pull it back a little bit. That's one thing I definitely would want to do. And I think I really like my windshield. I think I'd want some kind of windshield on this. But then again though, I'd be asking this thing to be something it's not. It's not a... What's like that CB? This is more of a... Not so much across the country, but you know what? Maybe running around the hills one day. Like, this would be a great little bar hopper. Good little commuter bike. I feel like that's where this would be really good, like for commuting. Get yourself a pair of, you know, of like little saddlebags to put on the side of it or something. It'd be a great commuter bike. And with that DCT, it'd be great, like especially running around cities, that'd be great. Oh, this is a fun little bike. There, take advantage of the one little curve we get. Man, I'd love to take this on that other route. Like I said, this is a fun freaking bike, man. I love this little thing. Oh, this thing would be so much fun to run around with. Oh my gosh. I would have a great time on this bike for sure. For absolutely sure I'd have a great time on this bike. Hell yeah, this is an awesome bike, dude. God, I love this position. Lane changes are easy. It's amazing what taking about, you know, 300 pounds and making it automatic will do for bike handling. I tell you what, if I was looking for a second bike for the fleet, I tell you what, I wouldn't turn my eyes away from this. I'd think about this one. I'm telling you, I want to make this Dynamatic a thing. Pull up the Dyna show at the campground that shall remain nameless. Not go in there, but kind of park close. That way all the non-motorcycle riding people there will be like, hey, look at that Harley, they should have put it in there. And I'd be like, it's not one. Offend the Dyna bro. It's not a Harley, it's not a real Dyna. What can I say? I'm just a smart ass. That's all there is to it. I am just a frippin' smart ass. Gotta remember, this is the same guy that wants to make Black Hills Trailer Week a thing. Like, and actually, like, legitimately have, like, a trailer show and shine and stuff. Because, you know, let's just steer into that whole, people trailer into rowdy. I came to Bike Week, not Trailer Week. You know me. Like I said, I like to just be a smart ass. And I would say better than a dumbass, but honestly, sometimes the line's blurred. I mean, sometimes I'm not having my best Wednesday, you know what I'm saying? But hey, as long as you have fun doing it, who cares if you're being a smart ass or a dumbass? As long as you don't kill anybody or hurt yourself or break anything, you know what? It's okay to have a little bit of dumbass in your life. Alrighty. Well, hell, I think it's time to wrap this one up. We're just about back to the Rice Honda. But yeah, this is the Honda Rebel 1000 or 1100. DCT. It is also available in just your standard 6-speed gearbox. I think it's 6 or maybe it's 5. One of the two. Actually, I'm betting it's probably a 5 because of its size. But anyways, that's it for DCT 1100. We'll see you later. Once again, thank you for watching. I understand that you have a choice in motorcycle vlogs, and I'm glad you chose to tune into mine. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. Feel free to leave a comment, good or bad. We'll do both. I read them every month on the Comments and Beer Show, which is the normal Thursday night. On the first Thursday of every month, we go through the comments. If you want to have comments replied to right on the videos, join our membership. That's $2.99 a month. You get priority reply to comments. You get to see the videos when they come out. You don't have to wait till the actual release date for them. I'd say by the time we watch this video, I probably got 3 or 4 in the queue that say members only or members first. If you want to see those right now, sign up for a membership. Also, you get a little badge, a little Sodak Motorcycle Blog logo by your name. So, once again, I thank you for stopping by. Oh, when are we on? So, 2 ways you can figure that out. First, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, and then you're going to get a little notification saying, hey, Clutch released a new video. Or, you can just make sure and tune in every Thursday, 7 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time or Denver time, if you're wondering. So if it's 7 p.m. in Denver on a Thursday night, there's a new Sodak Motorcycle Blog video out. Once again, thank you for stopping by. We'll see you later.